watching the Weather Channel, your most accurate and dependable source of weather information 24 hours a day.
Hello, welcome in. Just making sure my microphone is at the right distance. Also trying something different with the camera this time. So we'll see how that goes. Hey Vanji. Yeah, we have a different angle to actually see the cards a bit easier, hopefully, maybe. Welcome in, Angie. Sorry, Vanji. My co-worker's name is Angie, so sometimes it can be a slip of the tongue to say Angie. Hello, Lay. So I was mentioning I'm trying a different angle with the camera. I was wondering if I could actually stream like my desk, which I kind of can. My webcam can tilt and then I can flip the camera upside down, which is interesting, especially for the prospect of doing videos. And we've also got our usual decks for the stream. We've got the Angel Tarot, Ethereal Visions Tarot, Dungeons and Dragons Tarot. Missed a few cards there. Dungeons and Dragons Tarot, Hecate Oracle, Angel Oracle, Magdalene Oracle, and Rider-Waite deck. I can adjust it still, so that's quite a bit more focused on the mat. There we go. If anyone would like a reading, then you can just do the usual how do I point this time? Yes, there we go. Angles. You can do the join command, which is up in the corner there. And join the queue. Which on that note, I should probably... Oh, you know what? That's a good test because I was going to say I'm going to open the queue thing and then I should open the queue because that would be useful, actually. All right. There we are. Okay, you can try joining again. The queue is open. And then Vanjie, just let me know what you would like a reading on and which deck or decks, plural, you might want to get a reading from. Somehow my cat managed to walk over the thing as well. Her little tail is there in the corner. My shadow is pointing at it. Oh. Alright. I shall move the decks back to their spots, so then they're not all over the mats. Alright. We're going to do a reading for Vanjie's general vibes for this summer, which is very interesting to read for because it is becoming winter over here. Opposite seasons. These cards are sometimes very fast. How do you know you're not the one who's backwards? Oh, it's very beautiful. Alright, so, oh, angles. I'm getting used to it. There we go. 7 of Charisma. And 5 of Strength. And the Magician, which is my favorite tarot card. These are really good vibes of like, this is what you've worked towards. This is what you've, like the seeds you've planted. This is the fruits you're bearing. Fruits of your labor sort of metaphor. And it works really well with the 7 of Charisma and the 5 of Strength together. Because the 7 of Charisma is, again, about this idea of planting seeds and then like receiving the benefits, the fruit. And then the 5 of Strength is about being able to basically see the results of your work, and even among other people as well. Because here you can see like they're sort of like doing a spell. They've done the spell together, and it's like coming to fruition with this artifact here. And so, yeah, it's meant to represent very similarly for you. Hello, Daphne. Welcome in. I am trying a different angle this time, and yeah, getting used to it. Because then it means you can see the cards better, maybe. It is zoomed in, so it's kind of like the quality is a bit different, but yeah. And then we have the Magician. And the Magician is essentially, like at least for me and quite commonly, you have everything you need to achieve what you desire. You have all the elements, so typically, as you would know on the Magician card, having the 4 suits of the sword, the 1, the pentacle, and the cup. And here, this figure has sort of like the staff, the book, the gear, this, oh my god, yep, there we go. This hand here is pointing, like it's kind of like the holy, like that sort of thing. And then this one's like splayed out, hand splayed. And so it's sort of like having a handle on things, like being able to like focus as well as like not so focused. So the splayed hand being like unfocused, like not less focused, not unfocused in a bad way. And this one being the guiding hand towards what is maybe for your higher purpose, for your higher self, for what really speaks to you as a person. So in combination, this is a very positive reading about seeing the results of the seeds you've planted, and being able to see again, like this is like both like result. So the result of what you've planted individually, as well as but in community, and trusting that you have everything you need to accomplish what you want. It's quite, I feel like it's a very straightforward reading in a sense. It's quite, so 10 of intelligence. So having a sort of like what you need to wield, it's like a sword, a crystal sword with inscriptions on it. And this woman is quite, she's quite knowledgeable and quite, she looks well off for herself. Also got the Ace of Wisdom. I think it's quite the synchronicity that this card has a bear and a rabbit and like animals, there's birds. This person is like in touch with their roots here, like up and down, so reaching upwards and downwards, very similarly to the Magician as well, upwards and downwards, being connected in both ways. And animals, of course, because you are interested in animals, you are going to vet school. A lot of this feeling around like you are now becoming aligned, or like I wouldn't say that you weren't aligned, but perhaps like there'll be a focus on this active participation in seeing what you have worked on coming into play and into growth. So Ace as well, representing new growth, new opportunity. Might be hearing some news, Judgment. Do you have any follow-up questions, Vanji? Or any comments? Follow-up questions or comments? I think it's generally very powerful. Like, there's a lot of stuff to do with your own ability to do things and seeing things like right in your face, like it's right in front of you, that what you have done and what you have worked on is growing and ready to be picked, ready to be presented, ready to be like shown, ready to be wielded, ready for a new adventure. Oh, apartment hunting is exciting for you. And also like, yeah, the campus. I get excited over that kind of stuff too, like seeing campuses and such. Yeah. Usually when King of Intelligence comes up, it's about like two things you didn't realize would like go together are coming together. And very much in charge and in the power of the king. So good on you there. And yeah, I feel like it can reflect your journey with Helpol as well. Not affect, sorry. Affect is the wrong word to use. It can reflect because the Magician and this card and this card, they're all very like in touch with like things spiritually and like even like religiously, if you would like to say that, but like spiritually connected. And, Ace of Wisdom is quite a nice one for study, for wisdom. So yeah, that's your reading. Please let me know if my speaking audio is too high, because I'm watching the bar that's moving. and sometimes it goes in the red, and I don't know if that's like too loud for everyone, or if it's just red on my end and it's just weird. But yeah, that's the reading, and I'm happy and excited for you. Like those are some pretty good cards to get, pretty exciting cards to get in terms of like looking ahead for the season for yourself. If there is anyone in the chat who would like a reading, then you can do that command there, the join command. You'll join the queue. And you can also donate to my Ko-fi to jump the queue and be really cool because you're supporting me, and that's really nice. And I appreciate any donations. They all go back to supporting me being able to do free readings. Also, hello Neppy, it is good to see you. I always like seeing you in my streams. And thank you for liking the new angle. I was playing around with the camera before stream, and I was like, I have a mat. I wonder if I can like do it in a way that will show the cards. And it also has good prospects for trying out videos. That's what I was trying to say. Doing videos, which could be a fun thing to give a go. Vanji said, definitely help all in veterinary school for that card, King of Intelligence. Always felt like I couldn't have. Yeah, I love the King of Intelligence, like coming up for people, because it really is this representation of how, yeah, two things you never could see go together are coming together. And I think it'll be really nice that, you know, you'll have that with your spiritual side and also your upcoming studies and career, which is amazing. And yeah, this mat, I saw it like, it was in one of those like random shops that are like in the middle of the shopping center walkway. They have like random things like doonas and blankets. And I saw they had this and I was like, ooh, that looks very helpful. So I will get that for one day to use. All right. Daphne, you are next on the queue. Vanji hadn't requeued, so you're currently first. I don't need to press next. So feel free to let me know what you would like a reading about. I have a bunch of decks here, my Oracle decks. So, Oracle decks. A bit shiny. Tarot decks. This one. This one. Oh, don't knock things over too much. This one. And you can always do the command in the chat to see what deck you might want to ask for. Yeah, this is my usual. Like, I haven't gotten any new ones since I started streaming Neppy. So these are like all the ones I usually have, but it's much easier to show them all. Like, when I just put them on the table, then everyone can see what they are. I am happy to do my usual scope of readings, which are general or question based. General as in from spirit or the universe, or deity readings, angel readings, of course, specializing in guidance and comfort readings, sort of. I haven't really decided, but you know, there's that. And not as specialized in love readings and not doing crisis, financial, legal, or medical readings. So the usual terms. Of course, we bring back the deck he likes to use, Dungeons and Dragons Tarot. we are going to ask Dionysus how he views your recent progress. And as per usual, before I do a reading with a deity, I say a hymn to them. And also, I'll also have a drink of water. Oh, Vanjie, thank you so much. I don't know if it showed, like, on the stream, the little thing that floats up like, woo, this person donated. Maybe it's delayed. Maybe, I don't know. That's really nice, thank you. Alright. I call upon loud roaring and reveling Dionysus, primeval, two-natured, thrice-born Bacchic lord, savage, ineffable, secretive, two-horned and two-shaped, ivy-covered, bull-faced, warlike, howling, pure. You take raw flesh, you have triennial feasts, wrapped in foliage decked with grape clusters. Resourceful Euboleus, immortal god, sired by Zeus, when he mated with Persephone in unspeakable union. Hearken to my voice, O blessed one, and with your fair girdled nurses, breathe on me in a spirit of perfect kindness. That was the Orphic hymn to Dionysus, Orphic hymn number 30, translation by Athanasakis, A. Athanasakis, who is one of the well-known Orphic hymn translators. But I do thank Dionysus for joining us in this reading, and I of course come in truth and reverence as a messenger on behalf of Daphne, who of course Dionysus knows quite well. And I hope to read today on Daphne's question regarding how you view her recent progress. Welcome in, Ladsy Draws. Thank you for hopping in the stream. It is nice to see you here. If you would like a reading as well, feel free to do the join command, which is just the one up there. And also feel free, if you feel inclined or would like to, you can also donate to my Ko-fi, and that lets you jump the queue right after the current reading, because it'd be a bit funny if you could like pay to like interrupt the person's current reading. Yeah. Yes, he knows you too well, suspiciously. Something I always really like about readings with Dionysus is that he always gives cards that are quite like visually aligning. That'd be so disorienting if you could interrupt the card. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. He always sends very like visually aligning like cards associated with him, so such as the free of something in this deck, charisma maybe, the one that kind of looks like a revel. Whereas this one, Queen of Intelligence, actually reminds me of those like trance work, like trance work related. And I say that not because I know that like it is something that's in your purview, but because you see like the mask here, and it's all like this downpour into like a well, this pouring of like the self downwards. Let me get rid of this bot that's in the chat. There we go. Yeah, he's so symbolic all the time. But yeah, so downwards pouring into a well of what can appear like water. It's quite mystical, but it does appear like water. And water tends to be about like transformation, about transmuting, about the flow of things that connect it, like the flow of life, the flow of self, the flow between you and others. Anyway, back to the mask, because from what I know in like Bacchic or like Dionysian trance work, sometimes they wear masks and they look kind of similar to this, where it's sort of this like theater mask that's kind of like quite shaped to the human face, and they tend to have like things coming out of it, like some sort of headdress. Maybe you're familiar, but that makes me think of that, like this idea of being connected, especially because it's the queen of intelligence. Being quite connected, it makes what comes to mind is like foreign place. So like this building that this person is in kind of makes me think foreign place. The mask makes me think of trance work, Dionysian trance work, and this idea of letting things flow and letting things go into the pool or the whirlpool of whatever it may represent. We can actually get more cards and have a look at what he may want to say. Oh, I did. Okay, that was just a dropping off cards, not a drawing. That one I'll take. And that one I'll take too. You go over there, Queen. The High Priestess. I think he's kind of making fun of you, to be honest. In a positive way that you know him to. I think he's making fun of you. And I think you know what I mean. Six of Intelligence. And in particular for this reading, moving between worlds, moving between states. Leaving something behind to embrace the new. Six of Intelligence is very similar to the Six of Swords. I mean, there's a sword there. Six of Swords is the person on the ship taking their swords and moving onwards. So Queen of Intelligence being like swords as well. Queen of Swords, truth, being connected to the self, being honest with yourself. High Priestess, I mean, you already know High Priestess, but also intuition, being connected to higher sources, higher places, meditation, but also like tapping into different things. I'm getting like clair senses because like the orbs kind of remind, like they make me think like the 5. I don't know if there's actually 5 clair senses, but it makes me think 5 clair senses. I think when it comes to seeing the Six of Intelligence, when it comes to the question of how he views your recent progress, he is seeing that you are moving. There's a swift movement involved. Quite a drastic movement. Like a big change. Perhaps from something that was not so clear before from the blue side. It's like quite shadowy, quite outliney. Whereas on the other side, it's like clear, solid, defined. So like perhaps you are finding like some sort of definition in your journey right now. Oh wow, first past life meditation is very impressive, and congratulations on doing that. And like I'm very impressed. I've never tried doing that, so I'm very impressed. Queen of Charisma, you got another queen. Very affirming. This one's sort of like a feast, like a hearty feast. Makes me think of like the hobbits. Hobbits or like dwarves. They have like big feasts together, very familiar, very like just very warm and cozy and comforting. I feel like in all of my, like a lot of my readings with you and Dionysus, there's always this thought of like, make sure you check upcoming holidays. Because when I see this and it's like feast, and feasts are associated with holidays or festivals, maybe he has some sort of plan for you in terms of an upcoming feast or festival day. The Emperor. With the Emperor, I'm getting the sense, or like, I'm gonna say like he's saying, because like this is what comes to mind, and it's not exact. It's like an intuitive thing. Anyway, sometimes you may feel like you're too small for the throne that you are being given, for the one that like the throne that you've been put on to sit on. Sometimes you feel like this, like, oh my god, like I'm so tiny on this giant throne, yet I've been told to sit here. I've been told I'm meant to be here. So I guess I will. I guess I will just sit here. I think it's meant to be representing yourself. Ace of Strength. Definitely making me think about meditation, trance work, past life meditation, as you mentioned. And usually when cards pop up that like, you know, are quite obviously like representing something you've done recently, in terms of like when you're asking about your path and then your reading is like showing things that you've done on your path, that is like the best affirmation you can get in regards to what does he think? Like, no duh. He is loving what you're doing. He is calling you a queen. Queen of intelligence, queen of charisma. You got the smarts, you got the brain, you got the personality, you got the love. It's like this meeting between like the love and mystical side of things. I mean, I'd hope it sounds like Dionysus, considering the reading's meant to be with him. He tends to come through quite clearly whenever I read for you. And like doing live readings with him and for you maybe demonstrates that, because I've mostly done like written readings for you. But he tends to come through quite straightforward. So yeah, I would say good work on the progress. You're doing well. Definitely High Priestess, as you know. You know, of course. And you're definitely experiencing some shifts and transformations. The opportunities there. Look into any upcoming feasts or festivals that may be relevant. And also, he acknowledges that sometimes the chair might feel like it's too big for you, but it's not always going to be this way. It's not always going to feel too big for you. And also that, like, this idea, like he's saying, like there's going to be a seat for you at the table. Like there's a seat for you at the table. It's not always him going to be like sitting on the throne watching, like looking down at you. It's not always like that. And sometimes it may feel like that. But there's a seat for you at the table. I'd also like to say thank you to Lads and Raina Reaper for the follow. I really appreciate it. And it really helps me in my goal to reaching 50 followers for affiliate. So thank you. But Daphne, I hope that reading resonated with you and was helpful to you and affirming, and maybe provided something to have a think about. As I said, straightforward, clear imagery. Anyone who is tuning in, if you're not already in the queue for a reading, feel free to do the join. Don't worry if don't be concerned if there's like too many readings happening. Like this is what we're here for, to do readings. So just join the queue, and then if I need to close the queue, then I can just close it. Oh, well, I'm really glad it resonated, and It's always the hope. It sounds like you're doing really great things in your journey and the developments you're having, or like you're going through with Dionysus. And he always does want to, he does laugh at you. But I think sometimes the closest connections with the gods, they do laugh. But also they don't just laugh. Oh, he doesn't just laugh. He's also like, he's quite supportive and reassuring. Leia, you've asked, are you sticking with just the Hellenic Pantheon for deity messages? Do I have intentions to expand? Well, I feel like I wouldn't mind doing a reading for other pantheons, but I guess I'm being like reasonable in the sense that I do identify as a Hellenic polytheist, and as such, I have the best connection with the Hellenic pantheon, and feel confident enough to use the hymns as an offering and as a way of invocation in order to ask them to join for the reading. So it's quite reflective of my what my practice is in terms of doing Hellenic pantheon. I can, if you're asking that because you want a reading from a different deity and you want to ask, then you can. I think what I'm finding the difference is that usually when I do readings with the Hellenic gods, I can also hear them sometimes. It's not like a very clear conversation. It's very much like sometimes there'll be little statements or metaphors or imageries they'll show me. And that I may communicate that to the person. So for example, Dionysus does tend to laugh at Daphne in a nice way, and he I can feel I can sense the humor in what he gives. Though I think as well I can draw cards with the intention to connect, or to read cards on behalf, to basically be a bridge for message. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I appreciate that. That makes a lot of sense. I think it's I could try with the disclaimer that I don't usually do readings with whoever it may be. Yeah. It probably would just be different. It'd probably be more reading the cards than reading from the deity themselves, which is a bit of a weird way to say it. Or I shouldn't say weird. I should be confident in it. I can connect with deities in certain ways that allow me to. It's more than just interpreting the cards. I think as well, one of the reasons, or one of the things that make sense to me when it's doing Hellenic deities is because I know more about their lore and mythology, and not just mythology but their lore, who they are personified as, or how they're characterized, and also how they may be in worship. So it makes it easier to connect things. Reina, so sorry. I got carried away talking about that and thinking about it. So please let me know what you would like a reading about. And I have a lot of decks, so let me show you my decks. I have this Dungeons and Tarot. Oh my god, I did it again. Dungeons and Dragons Tarot. Vanji, you said I sometimes get messages like that too. Yeah. I need to be more confident in it, because they do. I have an ability to somewhat connect, somewhat channel. Like I very strongly can channel Hecate because of that's something I've developed. And then some other gods, they come through and some statements and vibes and like a sense of something. All right, angels, Dungeons and Dragons, Rider-Waite. If you're wanting a reading with Hecate, then I use this deck. This is Hecate's deck, the Ethereal Visions. I also have Oracle decks, so there's a Hecate Oracle deck, another Angel deck for Oracle, Mary Magdalene Oracle, which looks like this. And you're welcome for answering. I'm more than happy to chat like through my thought processes and answers, and just because you ask a question where the answer isn't like yes doesn't mean it's a bad question. Yeah, Reina, feel free to choose what deck you would like a reading from and let me know what you would like to know. Just to go over again my criteria or like guidelines, which I probably should write in my about section. I can do general messages, I can do specific questions, I can do general like from spirit or the universe, I can do angel readings and Hellenic deity readings. I don't read for finance, legal, medical or crisis, and I can read for love, but that's not typical. I can read it, like it's been accurate for me to read for love or romance related things, but it's not my specialty. I can provide guidance and comfort readings. It doesn't matter which deck. I mean, if it's from Spirit, then not these decks, because these are for Hecate specifically. So messages from her come from these, so not these two. You can choose any of these decks. You can just say like the white one, or the Dice or Dungeons and Dragons one, or the Rider-Waite, or the red one, or the Angel Oracle. Okay, that card keeps turning. Okay, are you guys seeing that? Are you okay? Three of Pentacles, the card that kept floating. Affirmation or some sort of yes or some sort of sign regarding anyone going to education, higher education, mentorship, learning, can pertain to priesthood as well. Sometimes that's, personally for me, this always pertains to priesthood. Sometimes it's a card that Hecate throws me to remind me you're on the right path and you're doing good and good job, pat on the back. Maybe it means something to anyone else here too. So there we go. Are you happy, deck? Are you happy? Yep, it was happy. All right, let's do your reading, Reina. We'll do the Mary Magdalene deck. And yeah, if you felt drawn to it when I first put it down, then that is a nice indication. Get the guidebook as well, because the guidebook tends to say some nice stuff. more than happy to do readings. I love doing readings. And I'm happy that you have decided to tune in. For anyone who's joining into the stream, feel free to join the queue using the join command right there. You can donate to Ko-fi for a priority read as well. So let me shuffle these. And today's spirit, we are looking for a message for Raina Reaper. Anything that Raina needs to hear at this time. Okay, first card is the Prophet. And I'll show you the cards individually as well in a second. Getting a message from Spirit for Raina Reaper. It is very pretty. It's very artistic. Very fine arts. Oh wow. you got the cover art, Magdalene. Or Magdalene. Oh, okay. There we go. Serendipity. Universal Christ. There is certainly the sense that this message of you are exactly where you need to be right now, and these serendipities or synchronicities that you are noticing. So things that like you're thinking of something and then it's affirmed by some obscure, like maybe not obscure, but like some other sign, like not too far late, like not too long later. Anything where it's like angel numbers or like any significant animals that you may see as signs as well. Anyone like you may be thinking of something or something's been on your mind, or you're working through something and then someone comes up to you and they tell you something and you can't believe it. You're like, how can this random person, or how can this person who knew nothing about what was going on for me come up to me and just tell me exactly what I needed to hear, or something that is like potentially building a foundation for what it is going forward that you desire. That's what I'm feeling with the Prophet as well, in terms of like someone coming in and being able to like meet you. Like there's kind of like a little like symbol here and then a glowing one up here, being able to meet in the middle there and then provide, like, create something really beautiful. So, and it's like there's no like person in this, like the picture, right? Like it says the Prophet, but there's no actual person. It depicts a tree, a beautiful tree growing and blooming. It's connected at the roots, connected at the top with the leaves growing. And so there's this idea of, it's not so much about the specific person or people who may be coming your way, that you may be meeting, any people that you're intentionally meeting that may be important to your path, but more so how these relationships you cultivate and how these connections you cultivate grow into something really beautiful and strong. Something very healing. Something you may be passionate about, something that you're really like nurturing. I'll show you this card next. So serendipity, anything like you're receiving that may seem like too good to be true, or like, oh, surely that's just a coincidence. This is a card that's saying, well, no, it's not just a coincidence. It's the way that there may be a higher communication with you. Like it's kind of like from the stars, you know, like communications coming down from the stars, and as they come down, you can see they appear in front of you as well. Like you could see them, they're in front of you, they're tangible, and they can be trusted, is what I'm like hearing as well. Like there is this sense, or like this need for you to trust the serendipities and the synchronicities coming your way, because they are going to lead, or they are currently growing into something that is quite strong and sturdy and also quite beautiful. And the thing with trees as well, right, that is important to remember, is that trees, they don't stay one way forever. In summer they may be green, in autumn or fall they turn orange, in winter the leaves fall off, or like the leaves fall off in fall. That's why it's called fall, I think. I'm not American, so it's called autumn here. But then the trees, the branches become bare, but then in spring the flowers bloom once again. And I feel as though this message from Spirit as well is very much considering, like, or telling you this idea, or pointing out, emphasizing this idea that trees are very beautiful, and they have great roots, strong trunks, strong branches, and even when the leaves change, even as the seasons shift, that is still there. This one says Universal Christ, if I can position it correctly. I'm getting like this really strong vibe of like there's something right in front of your face that you're like not wanting to look at. Like you see how the light is like right in front of her face here. Yeah, they are really gorgeous. It's like they're putting something in front of your face, whether they're numbers, angel numbers, whether they're actual like signs that are significant to you, whether they're people, which I'm feeling people because of the fact that there's like the prophet, which is like a person, Magdalene, a person. It's like this person, this synchronicity, this sign, this something that you've been asking for is right in front of you. It's right in your face. It's right there. But then it's like you don't want to like see it. And I think this message is meant to call attention to whatever is in front of you. Let me check the guidebook for Magdalene, because I'm not actually sure what that one might be. Vanji says, it also reminds me of pine trees, how they survive in winter by having waxy coats, like having this resistance to change. Oh, that is very interesting. I did not know about that, about pine trees. Yeah, when we look here, there is a beautiful poem. So look at this, right? Usually the cards have like these like paragraphs. This one has like a poem. So let me read the poem to you. It says, go forth and be true to yourself. Dare to be different, to make mistakes. Create, for it is in creation that you exist. In a world full of dreams that stem from your heart. In oneness, love and hatred. Wonder and awe, softness and pain, joy and light. In the stillness that unknown awaits, a void wanting to be filled. Step into it with courage and strength, like a budding rose reaching for the light. Love will lead you to greener pastures. Keep your pockets full of dreams, for life is a test of faith. Allow your light to shine. There is no beginning or end. There is only love. It's a very sweet message. I feel like a really strong theme in terms of like why you may be avoiding what is in front of you. Like, is this maybe a bit like resistance or reluctant about like your dreams and what's really important to you. And sometimes we can think to ourselves like it can be easier to not do what we know we desire because you want to be safe, and because you'd rather, like this idea of like you'd rather not get too carried away, you'd rather not give it a go and then it won't work out, you'd rather not like you don't want to like find out, because maybe finding out is a bit scary. But I think it's also like you don't have to be worried about what's right and what's wrong. You should be focused on what will make your heart sing and what will make you happy and excited. And like, as long as you're choosing something that really means something to you for pure reasons, you're going to be great. Like, you're going to be fine. You'll be looked after and you'll be led to good places. You're welcome. That is your message from Spirit today. It's very comforting, very guiding message as well. And we got to see the pretty art. Let me know if you have any questions. And anyone who is tuning in, feel free to join the queue using the command just up there, the ! join. And I can, yes, do your reading next, I think. Yeah, Raina's the only one in the queue, so whoever gets in next, you get a reading right away. Oh, I really appreciate that. I'm glad that the interpretation was clear. Especially because I haven't read a lot with this deck, so it is quite an unfamiliar deck, but it is a very beautiful deck that people love seeing. So I'm happy that it was clear and it came through to you. And yeah, I wish you the best of luck as well with what you are working on and what it is you need to stop ignoring. Because I know very well, like, it's easy to ignore things. Yeah, but you're gonna do great, so best of luck for that as well. I love those emojis, the cat with the muscles. That's so cool. You're welcome. Thank you for asking for a reading. Feel free to stick around as well. If you ever want to like re-listen to it, I do upload all of my I upload all of my streams to my YouTube channel. So I think I have a command for it. Yes, I do. Let me see. YouTube. Yes. Yeah, so there's a link there for my YouTube channel. I upload all my VODs there. I do want to start doing videos, and maybe having this setup will really help with doing videos. But yeah. If anyone else would like a reading, the queue is nice and open right now. So feel free to hit that join. And I will get your reading right away. And if everyone's pretty like chill and they're just hanging out, then we'll do a collective thing instead, which can be fun. But yeah, I'll give it a little bit if anyone wants to join the queue and ask a question. As a reminder, I can do general messages, I can do specific questions, deity readings for Hellenic gods, and angel readings, and then also like some from spirit or the universe or whoever, like whatever higher power you may refer to. I don't do legal, crisis, medical, financial, and I don't specialize so much in love. Like a lot of people like to ask about love questions. I tend to read accurately for them from what I've seen. But I'm not that into it, I guess. What are angel readings? Angel readings is like a deity reading, except with an angel. So you could get a Archangel Michael reading, the Archangel of Protection. Or you can ask for a reading from Gabrielle, Messenger Angel, which angel means messenger, but you know, messenger angel and of communication and speech. Archangel Raphael, Angel of Healing. As you can see, I love angels. Or you could ask about different angels too. Yes, so angel work practice. Also, if like people aren't gonna join the queue, like anyone who has already gotten a reading, you can you can re-queue if you want. I'm gonna be here for at least another hour, so yes. Star Mist, welcome. Thank you for joining the stream. And angels are very cool. If you would like a reading, feel free to hit that join command, and you can join the queue. Yeah, if Angie or Daphne or Reina, you want to re-queue, feel free. Gives me something to do. Okay, angel worker practice. So I've worked with angels for about the same time as I have in Hellenic polytheism. Like, I've been a worshipper of Greek gods, and as long as I've done witchcraft. And for me, I consider it a veneration of angels. I don't mind if people say they worship angels. Like, I'm not that thingy about it. Like, some people are really like, you can't worship the angels. You're not allowed to do that. You have to worship where they come from, which people say maybe God or some sort of alternative for God. I personally believe that angels are non-denominational in the sense that they are not solely assigned to one religion or one set of religions. I used to like theorize and try to like think about where they came from and where, like all that stuff. I've kind of settled for like they exist and they come from somewhere maybe, but it's not really in my interest at the moment to figure out if that's like God or like some other source and like all that. Some other things I believe in terms of angels is that they are like some of the best spirits to call upon when you like do need something. And it's not like you're commanding them. Like, I would not say like you should command them in like a very strict way. Like, I compel you to do this for me, which is fine if that like that's like in sorcery and such, like in some other practices, but at least like in my practice, that's not the way I go with it. It's sort of like they are so kind and so generous to be these wonderful angelic spirits who are like willing to help humanity in so many different ways. And they don't ask for much back. Like, with Hellenic polytheism, it is encouraged and a value of the religion to develop charis or chiaris, the idea of like reciprocity. And you develop a devotional relationship and you exhibit eusebia or piety through offerings and ritual and prayers. And sometimes charis is defined as giving without expecting back, or giving and you may get something back in the future maybe. Like, it's because like that's like the values of the gods as well. Like the gods they would like to help us when we help them. Like, not help, sorry, that is not the correct way to say it. When we give to them, they like to give back because they like to be worshipped, their gods. Welcome in, Lightseeker, thank you for the follow, and you are in the queue now, so I will get to your reading soon. I'm just answering a question about my angel worker practice, then I'll be doing Daphne's reading, who is Cozy Tarot, and then I'll get to Lightseeker and then to Star Mist Noughts after that. But yeah, those are like some of my values. I believe you can call upon them, and you don't have to do like some sort of grand ceremony. I don't believe it's very strict in terms of like offerings. I think they it's sort of this philosophy, or like this, I don't know if philosophy is the right word, but this sort of like belief. It's actually quite similar to the Greek gods as well, where they are there and present for humanity, and they would like to be. And all that it takes is to invite them into your life, because they work on the idea of free will. So they do respect our free will as human beings or mortals. And so they may intervene like guardian angels. They may like come in and help you. And like, who am I to say like what the angels do in like day-to-day life, if you can even call it that, because I believe angels and spirits like that have different concepts of time than us, so time may be different. But yeah, if you call upon them and ask for them and encourage their presence in your life, then you may feel them, you may notice things, you may be more protected. And my angel work isn't ceremonial, it's not like a bad thing. Like, ceremonial magic is not a bad thing, or ceremonial practice. It is a way of me describing that it's quite non-ceremonial, in the sense of like, may light a candle, may say a prayer, or like call it out to them, may carry things with me that remind me of them, may ask for them, for messages from them, might ask for protection, might ask for like assistance in communication, might ask for like help in healing. Sometimes I've done spells with them, so like spells with Archangel Raphael to help a sibling feel better when she was unwell, had to stay home from school. So I did a spell then, using calling upon and requesting the help of Raphael. And as I said, they want to help and they like to help, and they are some of them, like, at least in my experience, they are some of the most unconditional spirits you can ever work with. Like, unconditional love. Like, they want to come in, they want to help, they want to be there. They are guardians in a sense. Yeah, and I like to read about them, I like to talk about them. That is my way of venerating, talking about them. As you see, I have these statues, which were enough within reach for me to grab them and put them here, because they live on top of my PC. So it's like they're always watching over, and there's a candle up there too. Oh, that's a nice card. 10 of Pentacles. Great, success. Anyway, that is kind of my overview. Hopefully it was a good overview. About angel work. And if you have specific questions as well, you can always just let me know. I like talking about angels, as I said. And I've done research on like different types of angel magic as well, like Ask Paulina or the Pauline art. I've engaged with there is this really what's his name again? Let me find his name. This is one person. I think he's a wonderful creator who teaches about angel magic. But his name has slipped my mind, which makes me really sad, because he's like, I love suggesting his stuff. So let me find the name for you, my friends. So then you know what I'm talking about. I don't leave you hanging on what I'm talking about. I feel like his name is just like on the head of my, like at the top of my head. Okay, while I'm looking for this name, Daphne, can you let me know what reading you would like, what deck you would like me to use, and I will get to that for you. Oh, also take a sip of water. Please hydrate if you have not hydrated in the last half an hour or so, I guess. It was a random one I chose. Half an hour. cozy reading from Archangel Raphael. Alright, I will get to that in a second. As soon as I answer my own curiosity about I'm so confused about like why I can't find. Maybe I should just search him on YouTube and that will make it faster than me trying to scroll through something. Okay, I found him. His name is Ariel Gartoga, and he knows a lot, and he has a basic angel magic course, and he engages with like angel planetary magic. There's a bit of like a Solomon, Key of Solomon, or like, yeah, Key of Solomon in there. So yeah, he uses like the Psalms and like it's very interesting. Like I haven't watched him in a long time. That's why like I didn't remember his name because I haven't watched him and engaged with his content in a long time. As always with anything I suggest, make sure to be discerning about any closed or inappropriate like appropriation or practices. As well, which can be quite tricky with angels too. Like they aren't the most primary part of my practice. Like polytheism is. But yeah, general disclaimer to be discerning and to be well researched in different sources and such. Alright, let's get to your reading, Daphne, so then we can move through the queue as well. Not because I'm trying to rush, but you know what I mean. So we'll do something a little interesting. We'll use these angel tarot cards for a reading. Okay, I just reread your message. You said a reading. For some reason, I inserted the word comfort in there, which is like really weird. Maybe not weird, but like maybe it means something. The fact that I like read your message and I said a comfort reading. So this is probably going to be a comfort reading from Archangel Raphael. Let's get our lovely angel here. In some ways as well, even though Hermes isn't a particularly a deity in terms of like healing in the same way as Raphael is an angel of healing, I somehow associate Raphael and Hermes together, so that could be an interesting thing. Yeah. Calling upon Archangel Raphael, the Archangel of Healing, to bring forth a message for Daphne. Oh, we're seeing the Ten of Pentacles again. Look at that, at the top. It might be a bit blurry. Maybe. There we go. Ten of Pentacles. That's nice. We just got that from the other tarot card from the angels as well. The Fool. Ooh. Seven of Swords. If I can place the card in the correct place. So at the bottom, Seven of Swords reads, or like at the top, we'll start from the top. So Manakel, God nurturing and maintaining everything. Knowledge of good and evil appeases divine anger, cures epilepsy. Yes, I know, right? The occult tarot, the infernal equivalent. It's really cool. We have the Fool here, which is Vehuia, the exalting God. Will and new beginnings. Assists with difficult and great undertakings. And Menadel for the Ten of Pentacles, the Honorable God, which says inner and outer work helps one keep their job, protects against diseases. When I see this like helps one keep their job, I don't think it's necessarily like your current job. Maybe like if that resonates with you, then perhaps it might be. But I think because it's coming with the Fool and the Ten of Pentacles, there may be some sort of association as well with like career path in general, where there may be this sense of like healing or curing, because the Seven of Swords, when we look at it in like the right way, there's this like implication of like being sneaky or taking something or like going somewhere, sometimes betrayal. But I often like, or like not often, but like in this reading in particular, one of the interpretations that I call upon and I'm sensing in this reading is this idea of not being true to yourself and like wearing a mask and trying to carry something with you that isn't actually true to what is for you. And as such, because you are carrying something that isn't true to you and difficult for you, it will be harder to carry the swords. Because it's easier to carry the swords when it's something that you want, something that you need, something that you like, something that speaks to you. And so I'm seeing like a sort of story. You know, you're currently experiencing this like the Seven of Swords. You're going to go through a full moment to find a new beginning or new opportunity. Where you will have assistance. So you will have assistance of the angels in this, at least from what the reading reads. And then there will be some great success, as I said before. Inner and outer work, so you'll see reflections of this assistance inside and outside, internal and external. And also it will have some sort of association with maintaining work, whether that is maintaining a new path, maintaining a new job. It could relate to maintaining your current work in order to enable these things to happen and acknowledging that, you know, perhaps it is the safety you were seeking as well in work. Though again, the Fool with it tends to, or lends me to think that it can be a new undertaking rather than one that is current. I think there is some sort of new path in relation to like, again, it's just here like knowledge of good and evil, and Seven of Swords being related to like, in this interpretation, an association with being true to yourself and not hiding behind a mask and not trying to carry swords that are not meant for you, and pursuing a new path that will be supported greatly. I mean, Ten of Pentacles is one of my like the best cards to get, to be honest. Like the idea of like this incredible abundance and honor that you would receive, that kind of coincides or like matches or meshes or goes well together inside and out. So maybe it doesn't feel that way right now. Maybe it isn't inside out, like inside and out. Though you're definitely getting there. You're definitely healing, even when it's hard, even when it is difficult, even when it may hurt, even when it requires you to take new beginnings, new chances, take the leap of faith. It's like all roads are going to lead to this. All outcomes are going to work out in your favor. Thank you, Neppy, for lurking around. I always appreciate your presence in my streams. Like in Raphael, can we get one oracle card, please? Detox time. Release toxins from your body, mind, and diet. Maybe there's like something or someone you need to let go. Like I'm seeing like a relation between this like Seven of Swords, knowing good versus evil, being able to tell between good and evil, letting go of what like you can't carry because like it's difficult to carry, and it's not like you have to force yourself to carry these things, and you can like let go of them to bring yourself some sort of new opportunities and new beginnings, and knowing that you will be supported in this venture as well. And that, you know, of course, with the Angel of Healing, I'm definitely sensing this idea of when it mentions like inner and outer work, like that often talks about healing, shadow work and healing, inside and out, seeing how healing the inside affects the outside, seeing how externally healing helps the inside, sort of that cycle. Let me know, Daphne, if you have any questions, any comments or questions that you would like to ask in relation to this reading. You are welcome, Daphne. Thank you to Archangel Raphael for joining us in this reading, providing some insights as well. That's nice. Feeling seen, being seen. Light Seeker 11, thank you for your patience. Thank you for waiting. Thank you, Kimaka, for lurking. I appreciate it. Alright, Light Seeker. I have a few decks you can choose from. If you've heard, I can do general messages, specific questions, deity readings, angel readings, spirit readings, or universe readings. No legal, financial, medical, or crisis. And I can do love, just not my specialty. Angel decks, Dungeons and Dragons, Rider-Waite, Magdalene Oracle, and also if you want a reading with Hecate, then I have these two decks to use, which tarot cards and oracle cards. So just let me know. Oh, the cat's coming in. Just let me know what you would like a reading on and which deck you would like me to use. If you want me to choose the deck myself, then I can do that as well based on your inquiry. Yeah, it's so funny with this angle how like you see like the full cat walking past. Alright, well I'm seeing two questions there, and I can take one. So I can do the first one for you. The guy asking your guides why you're not feeling whole intuitive, like a connection to your own intuition, because I feel like that one is more open-ended in terms of being able to offer you guidance and some sort of explanation or some sort of interpretation for you. Whereas the second one is a bit more of like a very like yes, no. Can be, yeah, it's like less. So we'll try to do one from your guides. I'll pull you some Rider-Waite tarot cards, and then I'll pull you a card from this oracle deck as well. Light Seeker, do you have another, not another, but like a name I can refer to you by, or do you prefer Light or Seeker or Light Seeker? It doesn't have to be like your actual name, it can just be a name that you identify with. Light Yeah, well, spiritual attacks aren't um great. Of course. It's like the no-brainer, right? Like of course they're not great. Sorry to hear that you experienced that as well. Um if you're open to advice in terms of like spiritual attacks, you can ask about it in the chat, and if some people are knowledgeable on advising in terms of that, you can, yeah, just give it a go and ask. I'm not going to ask for you, like, because I'm not sure if you're open to that. You don't have to ask. Spiritually conned you. Okay. All right. Well, here I am calling upon guides of light. Oh, that one just flipped over. It was like a very casual, let me have an entrance. So I'll keep that one out. Oh, are you new to like spirituality or something? Yeah. Connecting to light, spirit guides, angels, ascended ancestors. And I come in truth and reference on behalf of light to ask about their feelings of not feeling whole and intuitive at the moment. Wow, these are these are oddly nice cards. Also, how many times have we gotten the Ten of Pentacles already today? We've gotten, this is the third time. Hi, Eternal Peace. It's good to see you again. Well, see, this is all a confirmation that they're here and ready to advise. Particularly, I'd say even like particularly some sort of male guide, female guide, and ancestors as well. So we'll ask the specific question. Guides of lights. Can we receive a message for these cards in terms of why light may not be feeling whole intuitive at this time, why they may not be feeling connected with their intuition. Yeah, 10 of Pentacles on 410 day. That's okay, Vanjie. Thank you for joining. I really appreciate your presence and your viewership, I suppose is the way to say it. And you're welcome for the reading. You are always welcome to join and get a reading with Krishna. Hare Krishna. There's the cat again. Yeah, she keeps coming from this side of the screen. It's like she's doing like some sort of movie magic. Okay, don't sit on the cards, please, baby. That is not nice. It's a little bit rude if you ask me. Alright. So. I think this experience, like you said, you've been conned. I think this experience has like greatly affected your ability to trust other people. And then because you're like lacking this trust in other people, it's also making you lack trust in yourself. I'm seeing like definitely like there is like a strong like results of this situation, this thing that has happened to you, the spiritual or psychic attack. And you know, Ten of Swords is quite like the confronting card in terms of like really being like pinned down to the ground, like you're on the swords. But the good thing is as well is that there is the yellow in the sky, and the yellow in the sky is always a nice indication that there is hope. Yellow typically in the Rider-Waite deck indicates hope and like something that will like be renewed or come by. Just like with the Death card, we have a yellow background as well, which indicates that something, or like the sun rising in the background, which indicates that a new like beginning or something hopeful is coming through. But the 10, you should be assured because of the 10, it's like you're in the final stretch and you're going to find your way out, because the 10 is like the conclusion of the cycle. And you know, of course, here we have the Wheel of Fortune, which is about cycles, but we'll get to that. And when I was shuffling the cards, as you saw, like these two cards fell right on top of the 10 of Swords. And so it's definitely referring like your spirit guides are definitely speaking to your connections with people, and also your ability to find passion and ambition within yourself. So I think they would like to advise you in terms of like emerging from this 10 of Swords energy to connect with others who you really connect with. And like it will be hard, right? It can be difficult because of this situation that's happened to you. It can be hard to trust others. But I think there are like-minded people who you can find. And they're saying like it will almost be easy, right? It will be easy. Like these people, you'll know that they're right because it will come, like you will feel it. And like this is like a step towards recovering the sense of intuition, a sense of self. Well, I say sense of self, that's what came to me. I don't mean it in a very like, oh, you've lost yourself way, but that's what it's coming through from your guides. Because you are on a path to recovery, right? Like we see here in the top corner, there's the 10 of Swords, and we see here in the bottom corner, there's the 9 of Wands. So there is a path to recovery for you. And I'm seeing like it will be easy when you find these people. And it won't be like so many people. It will be a few people who you'll be able to confidently, you know, celebrate with. And it's a sense of like, your guides are saying there is something in the past. Like this is not like this is not in the sense of like, it's not like the Ace of Wands. It's not like a completely new beginning or fresh thing. It's, you've had this before. Now it's time to bring it back. Now it's time to be that page again. This reading isn't, I don't think it's telling me like when it will happen. I don't think you're meant to know when it's happening. I think it's like on purpose sometimes that guides will not reveal to you like when is this going to happen, because the whole point is that you're not supposed to expect it. It's meant to be like, you need to trust that it will click. Like if you're waiting for like a specific time frame, then it's not like, it's like trying to like touch your intuition again, right? It's trying to like bring that back in. You can't like trust your intuition of when these people will be right for you, or like when the right people will come by if you're expecting the time. But yeah, there's something that you're really passionate about, really fiery about, the spark in yourself that you had. And then you let go, of course, because of the situation. And your guides are telling you it's time to bring it back. Like, let's do it now. It's time to look out into the world. It's time to regrow. It's time to replant. And you are ready for that. King of Cups. In the sense of like, you see how he's like really steady on this platform on his throne. He's got his cup. He's kind of chilling. The water is like kind of turbulent. Like we have the fish here, kind of like the Page of Cups where the fish like pops out of the water. And it's sort of like, you know, he's got his things going. Like, you know, obviously the water's turbulent. There may be like some things. There may be some rumination sometimes. Things popping up from the past. At the same time, the King of Swords is... Oh, sorry, not the King of Swords. The King of Cups is completely capable of being there. Being calm. Knowing his place. And also, like, the King of Cups is associated with, like, being relaxed. And being a little carefree. Even a little reckless. And not in a way that will, like, hurt you. But... in the way where sometimes to step out of your comfort zone, you're going to have to do something where you have to truly believe that you are in the position that you can do it as the King of Cups. Because here, we have the Knight of Swords. Fast movement, ready for action. Something that is really true to you and honest to who you are. So the swords being about air, being connected with honesty and truth. You wielding the sword, it's fast, you're going at it like you are ready, like you knew you were ready previously. And then the situation stunted you. It was difficult, of course. They know it was difficult. This is why they said the Ten of Swords, right? It wasn't just like, oh my god, like it was only a little thing, like why are you so... It's, they know, but also they see what you were planning, what you were thinking, and you can put action behind it, and you know that it's true to you. Perhaps you're even asking this question because there is something that you feel inside of you where you want to feel ready again to do what you want to do. You want to feel ready again to be the King of Cups and be free and just like relax and chill and do what you want to do despite everything else. And the Wheel of Fortune is turning in your favor. I do have to say, like, if you did notice, like, it did come out upside down. For some readings, like, I determine, like, as I go, like, intuitively whether I take it reverse or not. All of these cards I sensed to not take reversed. I took them all upright because that is what my intuition was telling me. And I think is what's important in communicating this message. So the Wheel of Fortune is turning for you. And they are there helping to turn it. Your guides. Like, even if you may not see it, they're in the background. They're always there. And just because you're not as connected with your intuition doesn't mean that there is an absence of the spirits and guides or the spirit guides who you would otherwise be intuitively connecting with or like connecting with spiritually. There is no absence of them. And they see what's going on. They see that you're wanting to move forward. And I consider that a good thing. Like, I think it's nice when spirits and deities like give us the Wheel of Fortune because it's really telling me like, we've got you. We've got the Wheel of Fortune in our hands. Like, we're turning the wheel for you. And as I said, you are going to recover, and this is not the end. If that was ever a thought for you, this is never. It's not the end. It's never the end. It's the kind of saying like, we're gonna be back, and we're gonna be here, and like we're gonna tune in, and we're gonna guide you, and we want you to be ready. We want you to put yourself out there. We want you to pursue your ideas. We want you to be this guy, like be the King of Cups. We want you to take action that is true to you. We want you to trust that the wheel is turning, and we want you to know that this is possible, that this is you. Like, it's going to change. The swords are going to turn into wands, and you will use this experience and use the feelings, the motivation, the fire, the passion to turn these swords into your wands. And you see the wand here? Like, this wand like the experience, it's going to make it happen because you will have all of this at your disposal. And we'll get a card from here. Co-creation. So you are going to co-create these outcomes with your guides. Like they're not going to sit back and watch. You reach out to them, you ask them, even if you don't feel whole, even if you don't feel like this intuitive connection, you reach out, they're going to give back, they're going to co-create, they're going to make this and do this with you as well. And you should trust that. I am following along with your comments, by the way. I can see them and you're very welcome. And it does sound awesome. Like I can see a great potential for you to take what you really wanted to do previously and like make something out of it. Yeah, I mean like just saying it and speaking it. Like it doesn't have to be like formal. It can just be, you know, guides. I like spirit guides. I am ready to co-create the reality that, you know, I've always desired, I've always dreamed of, that I am dreaming of, that is happening, that I am creating. Like I invite you to co-create this reality with me. Or you could say like, thank you for turning the wheel of fortune, like acknowledging that and thanking for that. Thank you for turning the wheel of fortune in my favor. Any specific message from Krishna? What do you mean when you say like, I don't see guides? Is that like in the reading, like you don't see guides, or could you elaborate on what you mean by that? I appreciate that too, that you think I'm awesome. Someone spiritually conned readers. Feel and see guides very clearly. I mean, sometimes you're not gonna know like who's leading, right? Like, and sometimes you're not going to get clear things, because that's something I'm even still working on as well. Like I just trust that they're there. I've had like reports, or not reports, but like readings from different psychic mediums who say like, you know, there are two angels with you. So I like sort of trust like, you know, there are two angels and I can sense that, but I don't see it very clearly as well. For myself. So I get what you mean, is what I'm trying to say. And it's okay to not know who, because sometimes they just work together. Oh yes, spiritually blessed readers. Yeah, like it's not a thing that everyone experiences, right? Not everyone experiences like that seeing. Not everyone. Yeah. Yeah. I do want to say I can give that sort of message a go another time. just because I did do, like, I have done this reading for you, and we have a few others in the queue. So I would be more than happy next time to give it a go to see if there's any messages from Krishna specifically. Though for now, I do hope that this reading helped you and comforted you and reminded you that, like, your guides are there, whether or not you can see them, whether or not you can feel them, whether or not, like, you know who is speaking to you. Because the reality is that a lot of the time people don't actually know who. And they don't know specifically, they don't know how many. They just call out to their guides, their angels, and their ascended ancestors, and they are protected, and they you know, our spirit guides want to help us. So that is sometimes the way to do it, rather than to, yeah. You are welcome. And yeah, I hope that helped. So calling on Star Mist Noughts, please let me know what you would like for your reading and what deck you would like me to use. If you want me to put the decks back on the screen, just let me know and I can put them on here for you. And if you want a reminder of what my guidelines are for readings, then I can let you know too. You are welcome, Light. And thank you for the follow as well from before, and thank you for tuning in. Feel free to stick around if you would like. If you ever want to return to your reading as well, if you ever want to, like, listen back, I do have all my VODs uploaded on YouTube, and this one will be uploaded like tomorrow maybe, or like, it's currently like 12:18 a.m. for me, so like after I sleep, wake up, I'll upload it. Anyone in the chat right now, make sure you take a drink of water if you have not drank water in the last half an hour as well, because I am going to take a sip of water too. Yeah, daylight savings ended last Sunday. So it is now currently Australian Eastern Standard Time rather than daylight time. Star Mist, you would like a D&D deck reading, and you would like guidance from the angels, which I can do for sure. I'm just stretching because my neck and my back. Owie. All right. If you've been sitting down for a while too, feel free to stand up and have a move around. Oh my goodness. I didn't even ask anything yet, so I will take a peek at what these cards are, but I'm not going to take it for the reading because I didn't ask anything yet. Death, Queen of Strength, and the Magician. Something about Persephone, something about Underworld Persephone, Chthonic Persephone. I'm not sure for who or for what, but if you were thinking about Persephone just now, or contemplating her really recently, like worshipping her, then it's time to study up and time to read. There you go. Alright, let's focus. Calling on the angels for a guidance reading for Star Mist Noughts. Please bring us some cards to communicate your message for Star Mist. Anything that you would like to say that Star Mist needs to hear at this time? Yeah, literally, they were like, if you've been thinking about Persephone, the queen of the underworld, time to open up the books, time to get researching. For whoever that resonates with, feel free to take it. Oh my god, these are like the cards you got, Daphne. Except now they're for Star Mist. definitely got these cards before as well. Alright, let's do a little look. So you got the 7 of Charisma. The 6 of Intelligence. The 4 of Charisma. And the Knight of Strength. So what is it that you are holding on to very tightly, very in a guarding manner, that is preventing you from basically bringing your sword onto whatever it is that threatens you in quite a straightforward way? Because I kind of see it as like these two separate things, where it's like there's something you're holding on to, something you're hoarding, and it's okay to like protect. Though I'm seeing this connection sort of like holding on to something tightly, or like being like focused purely on this one thing that you are trying to guard or protect, is preventing you from being able to pursue this this ability to overcome the obstacle in your way. Because the Knight of Strength tends to be about overcoming things, having the tool that you need now to overcome an obstacle, to basically slay the monster. But there's something that you're holding on to that's preventing you from doing that. There is something that you've been working on, that you've been growing, that you've kind of like harvested the fruit, like you reaped what you sowed, and it's like I'm getting the sense from the angels, it's like you know that this is like what you've been working on and what it's meant to be, like it's meant to be what you're doing, but also it's brought in this unexpected like change where you've had to like transition, you've had to let something go to enter this part, and you've had to move through like a portal, you've had to move through a transition that you didn't exactly expect from doing this. Like you didn't expect that growing the fruits, growing the tree, harvesting the fruit would have to lead to this, would have to lead to taking what you can and leaving and going, or transitioning or moving. These feel a bit separate, so let's get one that connects them both. Here we have the 8 of Wisdom. Just looking at the art. Okay, there's this really funny thing of like you're trying to stand on an arm and a leg. It's like you're not even trying to stand on like both feet. It's like you're relying on an arm and a leg for it, and it's not conducive, it's not supportive. How do they connect these two? Oh, the experience that you have transitioned for, that you've had to do movement for, that you've had to let go because of this whatever it is that you planted, that you've grown and now you're harvesting from, that's created this movement. This is the sword that you need to acknowledge and bring into whatever the situation is where you're hoarding something, and then therefore not allowing yourself to see or to take initiative for overcoming this obstacle. So it's like you're standing on an arm and a leg because you're like seeing like one thing on one side and one thing on another side, but you're not bringing them together and seeing like the connection, which is ironic because we drew this for the connection. Yeah, so something that you've seen as separate is more connected than you think. This will support this more than you think it will. And if you were like kind of like bummed about this, you're like, oh, like how come it had to happen like this? I didn't want it to happen like this. Feels like I have puzzle pieces to different puzzles. Yeah. Whatever felt like it was meant to be like separate, it's actually not all that separate. Oh my god, look at this. 10 of charisma. And they have like a cute little tree with an apple. There is new fruit growing. It's like there's all of this is going to culminate into something even better, even newer. Shiny red apple. If stags and bears are significant to you or mean something to you, then there they are. And it's also showing like there's other trees in the background as well, like that have already grown apples. It's like you've done the work. Like whatever is growing here, it's going to be very fruitful and something that you have something you've evidently enjoyed or desired previously. So it's not like it's not like it's completely new and like surprising. Welcome in Moon Dreamer Nix. At the moment, I don't have the queue open, so I usually I would say like to join the queue with the join command, though I do have 2 other people after this reading to read for, and I do need to sleep soon. Though you are welcome to join in my next stream, which won't be next week unfortunately because I'm going on a camp and I can't exactly bring my PC and set up on the camp to do a stream. But the week after next week, I plan to do 2 streams in that week. And you can pop in a future stream to hit that join. You can join the queue and then you can request a reading that way. Hopefully that makes sense to you and let me know if it doesn't. Okay, cool. Though it's nice that you worship Hecate. If I'm reading your question correctly, considering I am a devotee of Hecate. So yeah, more than happy to answer another time when the queue is open. Also Hermes. Hermes was before Hecate, though my connection with Hecate is much closer and much stronger. So she is my primary deity. And if you use the word patron, then she's who I consider my patron deity. Though I also do honor the other Hellenic gods. So I am a Hellenic polytheist. So I honor the Greek gods in like day-to-day life and I recognize them. Though Hecate is my primary deity of practice. And then Hermes is a deity I really appreciate who has been around for a while and helped me with a lot of things. Not that I went to him for him to help, it's just that he embodies so much of what I was looking for at that time. Thank you as well, Lei, for lurking. Are there any other gods that you worship other than Hecate, Moon, Dreamer, Nyx? Also, Star Mist, let me know if this reading resonated and if you have any other further, if you have like a follow-up question or something you're not sure about, something that, yeah, if there's anything that's unclear for your reading, then let me know. I'm glad it resonated, and yeah, it's cool when they like tell a story. I mean, that's the whole point of like the D&D deck is kind of meant to be very storytelling, and I think tarot works very well when it tells a story. So yeah, I'm glad that you can find that connection in the cards and the reading. You are very welcome. Thank you for coming along and listening. Feel free to stick around as well. And as I mentioned, you can pop in anytime in future streams for a reading. Moon, Dreamer, Nyx. Oh, cool. You're also Hellenic Prometheus. Hecate, Hades, Persephone, Aphrodite, Poseidon, Dionysus, Artemis, Selene, Tyche, Assets. Starting with Hypnos and Melino. That is very cool. And what a wonderful set of deities as well that you are worshipping. If you aren't already, since I'm not sure, because sometimes like the usernames on Twitch are different from Discord. But if you are on Discord and you're not already in this Discord server, I just popped a link in the chat. You can feel free to... Conclusion. Oh, okay, so you are someone I know then. Yeah. Because if you were in the Crossroads conclusion post, that means I know who you are. So you don't need to double join the server because you're already in the server, obviously. Eternal Peace, if you are still here, I am up to you. Oh yes, Hecatea. You have the... yes, I know who you are. See, as I said, people have different usernames on Twitch versus everywhere else. Because I first knew of you from TikTok, and then we met on Discord. Old preferred name. Oh, that makes sense. All right, Eternal Peace. Let me know what you would like answered, and if there's a specific deck you are after as well for your reading. That makes sense, Hecatea. I understand that. Well, it's really nice for you to pop into the stream and to follow. Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that. If there is anything you want to see on my account as well, like you can just let me know. I like taking what's it called? Like requests? Question mark. Alright. Well, I am sorry to hear that you're feeling that way and that you're experiencing that. It can be very difficult. We'll read for you Eternal Peace in regards to you and your partner. What the energy is around that, around your situation. Iriv, you are recommending The Witch's Tarot by Ellen Duggan and Mark Evans. That sounds really cool. Thank you for your suggestion. I will actually screenshot that to save that suggestion so I can look into that deck. Just pop that there. Yeah, that's really cool. Specifically depicts Hecate throughout the major arcana. Internal peace. Are these issues that you're facing to do with financials? Are they like money based? Or career or money, financial based struggles? Not financial. Or career. Different priorities. Even if not financial, career, different like priorities and some sort of like mismatched goal, a disagreement about. Yeah, I was asking because Two of Pentacles is typically associated with careers and financial, but also it doesn't have to be. And Two of Pentacles itself can be like some sort of imbalance. Oh yeah, no compatibility. Oh. When you say no compatibility, like what is that defined as for you? Like, is it because you're saying one thing and then your partner saying another thing? Is it because like there are like some huge factors that are like genuinely concerning for you in terms of compatibility? Because we've got a lot of like, I mean, we got the Two of Cups, so we got the Lovers. The Lovers clarifying Two of Pentacles, Two of Cups clarifying Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands indicates to me like what came to mind as soon as I drew it, but I didn't say it because I wanted to see what other cards came out first. I was like, this is going to pass. This will pass. Also this idea of like because you haven't like indicated about compatibility yet. Every single conversation ends in disagreement. So there is some sort of disagreement, incompatibility, like as you said, incompatibility, but not like prescribing it, but saying like there's some sort of imbalance of priority to do like with each person. So what I'm seeing with the Lovers is not particularly like affirmation. Yes, you're like together, like we're still going with the reading, but it's because it's clarifying the Two of Pentacles. It's sort of confirming that it's two sides. Is there any part of like even like is there a part of the arguments you're having and like these disagreements you're having, do they feel like I don't know if threatening is the right word because it sounds very like intense, like threatening to your independence and your feeling of establishment, like what you've established for yourself? Like you feel like that's coming into question? There's some sort of fast movement, and I did say like it will pass, but I don't know if that's necessarily like a positive or negative outcome, and like that's like a very black and white way of thinking, because it's some sort of fast movement, fast passionate movement in regards to connection, emotional connection, and partnership. Of course, like Two of Cups, like no brainer. It's a card representing relationships as well as the Hierophant. So something that you may be seeing that's Sun. It's like something about tradition, something about structures and systems. Are there like some sort of like traditional viewpoints or like expectations coming into play that's happening at the moment? And I think an important question to ask as well in this situation, because you're asking, is there a positive future? Can you and your partner sort things out? Are you desiring that outcome? Like, do you want it to work out? Is that not because not because it means you like won't argue anymore, not because it's like it's easier, but is it like when you really consider it, do you want it to work out? And is that positive outcome something that you're really wanting to pursue? Because when I see the Six of Swords, I don't think it's saying like one way or the other. It's not saying like pack your bags and leave. It's also not saying you need to let go of something to let this work. I think it's really emphasizing, like especially with the Ace of Wands, this idea of what's your clear idea on the outcome that you desire, and either way, no matter which one you feel more inclined towards, it's going to require you to leave something behind or let go of something, or not, basically not be so strict or restrictive like about what you're standing up for, or not standing up for, what you're arguing, your side of the situation. Because I'm seeing like there's potential for a fresh new path and growth for you, but not necessarily like, as I said, not one way or the other. It's really got to do with like your true like desire, especially because we have like the Two of Cups and the Lovers as clarifying cards, but they're both on the same level, and they both, I feel like they do reflect that there is a connection still, like there is a connection between the two. Very hurt this moment, don't want to part ways, but also can't handle this more. do you think that, like, in regards to this, because you said that it feels like it might be like quite against your an independence and sense of self, and I'm seeing here like the seven of, or is it seven? Yeah, seven of swords, and the Knight of Pentacles. It can feel like some sort of like removing autonomy, removing truth, removing the honesty you're able to, that you'd, you know, ideally cultivate. I think the cards are definitely reflective of this conflict you're experiencing, because it's like saying, like, it's talking about this imbalance in fast movement and desire to like move on, but also like acknowledging like this connection of relationship and love, at the same time acknowledging like on another level sense of self and the like clash between those, and again sense of self, and how it can feel like these arguments and this situation can be like it's removing your ability to be truthful. Is this like thing that you're finding trouble with between you and your partner, is it a situation where it's like this specific like a specific situation like triggered this series of disagreements? Like if there was some sort of like crisis or negative thing that may have happened in like maybe for one of your families, or something that was quite like a big developmental shift in the way that emotions may be handled or life may be navigated, that could very well affect things in your relationship. For years. Hmm. So I think there's gonna have to be some sort of like change. Change that you're gonna have to make. Oops. Some sort of decision, some sort of change, some sort of move you're gonna have to do, to make, to initiate. Thank you, Star Miss Notes. Thank you for joining. Best of luck to you too. Yeah, something that you're gonna have to wield, something you're gonna have to initiate and bring forward in order to get things like moving in some sort of like other direction. Because I think that's what, like, there's just been like so much of this for a long time. You're ready to like leave in some capacity. It's not like I don't like necessarily want to tell you like you should do this or do that, like really like big things in terms of like your relationship, because at the end of the day, it is best for you to understand yourself and your wishes in this situation. But I can see here that there is some sort of shift that you can initiate to make something change. It's like you just want something to change and not just get like, just because like it's like change can be a lot of things. It can also include how, like, as you said, it's getting worse. That is a change, but it's not the change you're looking for. And it's something that's definitely in your hands. Like, you know, the hammer in his hands, the fire in her hands. They're typically about like, again, like letting go of something, bringing in something new. Bringing in something new here. If there's been something you've been unsure about, it doesn't have to be as extreme as like literally like leaving, because that's, as I said, like a really big decision to make. But if there's something that's been on your mind about like you've been a bit reluctant about bringing forward or doing because you don't know if like you should just wait it out, you're wondering like, will it just work out if I just persevere, if I just keep doing this? I'd say whatever you've been considering, give it a go. Let's see. I will have a look quickly for you. Hey Neppy, the queue is closed at the moment since I'll be heading to bed right after more files or more fillers. Oh yeah, no worries. That is all good. You are more than welcome to have a look. Alright, let me quickly get some insights on this last question for you, Eternal Peace. Your answer is yes, Eternal Peace. Strength is a very nice card. Magician, another confirmation. And yeah. So again, like it's acknowledging there's quite like a conflict that's going on between you two, but the strength is like it's a big yes. And there's like infinity above these two. That is quite a nice synchronicity. And the magician being that you have all the tools you need and capabilities and skills and knowledge, wisdom you need in order to move forward and to overcome this. It does sound like a really hard situation, though I do wish you the best of luck with it, because it is difficult. Though I believe in your ability to do what you feel you need to do. Yep, do what you feel you need to do. And take the steps from there, like step at a time. Trying to project yourself into the future as well. Like, will it turn out well? It can be a little like not constructive, because things change and things will happen, and like there are other influences. Also, Neppy, that's okay. I understand. But yeah, it makes sense that you feel very hurt, and again, I wish you the best of luck in your situation. Morphly. Oh no. Don't be so rude to yourself. Morphly, if you're still around, thank you for your patience. And let me know what you would like a reading on, and if you want to take a look at the decks, if you would like to know my guidelines, anything like that. If you have any questions like about what I can read for, then you can ask too. Just let me know if you're still here. I'll give you a little bit if you are, because you might be typing. I do want to mention as well, I got 50 followers now, which is awesome. And thank you so much for everyone who's followed. Because 50 is the milestone, a milestone on the way to affiliate. So I think I just need to stream for 7 days, which I'll get to. Okay, to be honest, Neppy, it's literally because time zones, and also because it is when I'm least likely to be interrupted, and also it's like right before I sleep, so it's like I get a bunch of stuff done beforehand and then I can do the readings. In an ideal situation, or when my schedule frees up, I would like to stream in our morning time, which would be the American evening, and I believe the European afternoon, and then the Oceania morning. So it like would be better, I think. So for now, late night. And thank you for the congrats. Yeah, it would even out. For now, streams are this time. Yeah, it'd be cool to get like more people in. So that's a goal. What do you think of the setup for like doing like recorded readings, like for like YouTube or something, like non-live video readings to be posted? Because I think that was the main issue of like why I wasn't starting that, is because like I didn't have a way to display the cards very clearly. I don't think Morphly is here. Oh, like here. I have like a deck. Or I have actually a range of decks. This is my phone stand. I have a chat up here, but I can just remove it. What's this here? microphone for my mouth. Oh, this is my mouse. There we go. Yeah. So yeah, that is a consideration. But yeah, this is my little tripod for my phone. Alright. Oh, okay. That's nice to hear. Thank you for that feedback. I like the mat. I think the mat's cool. And I like being able to like lay out the cards like all cool and stuff. Okay. Well, if Morphly joins next time, I'll be able to do their reading then. For now, we will start wrapping up the stream. So, thank you to everyone for coming along and listening to the readings or requesting a reading or being patient before they got their reading. As I mentioned before, I won't be streaming next week because I will be away from home, but I will be streaming twice the week after. So on the usual time, probably, and maybe earlier in the week as well. And yeah, we're on the road to affiliate because we have 50 followers, which I'm very grateful for. We also have enough streaming hours, and there was another thing as well. Oh, concurrent viewers. Yes, thank you. It is the camp that I mentioned in the sanctuary about why and when I will be away. But yeah, thank you for sticking around. Thank you for lurking to the lurkers out there. Look at that. Three of Pentacles came back. This was here at the start of the stream too. Oh my god. This is the 4th time we've gotten 10 of Pentacles. Well, that's nice. That's a nice way to end the stream. Yeah, I'd certainly say collective. Something that like people have been studying, people have been like seeking mentorship of, or maybe like even teaching others. It's like an affirmation like this is where you're meant to be and this will be fruitful and abundant for you. And you will find a lot of success in what you're pursuing and what you are being called to learn and teach and pursue with others as well. But yeah, good affirmation for whoever's here. And also like, yep, put some action behind these ideas you're having because it's going to be great. Going to be beautiful. Yes. All right. Thank you once again, everyone, for joining in. Hopefully, if you end up seeing this at some point, I will do your reading next time if you're around. And yeah, I'll be back next time. So have a good day, good night, evening, afternoon. Happy time zone. Get some good rest for whoever's in a similar time zone to me as well. Bye, Neppy.